Aloha friends, I'm Ash.
And I'm Matt, and we are the Yoga Couple,
Welcome back to our channel.
a page dedicated to cultivating freedom in body, mind, and soul. All right, aloha, welcome in, guys. So today I want to talk to you about how to overcome or, change things about ourselves that we're, trying to work on. We're trying to evolve and make better, right? So that could be things that are deep and dark, like say shadow tendencies, or it could be something small and trivial, like we just want to be more patient or something like that. Either way, whether it's a massive thing, where we have like a serious anger issue, or just a small thing, the process is the same. So the process is we have to first understand that as our tendencies arise, we have to see them first with compassion. We have to see ourselves objectively and not get so worked up about it. This is why we did that video on judgment and sin, and in there, we really talked about the concept of seeing how so much of our behavior and our thought process is inherited. This is important to understand first, because otherwise we can kind of judge ourselves a lot. And when we get really judgmental towards ourselves, this just slows the process down, and it's not even true, because there's so much we hold against ourselves that's not really even fair to hold. There's so much about being human that is programmed. There's so much about what we think and what we feel that was more so installed into us, like software. It was like given to us. So how could we possibly judge that? And when it comes to sin and things like that, we just don't know any better. There's no such thing as sin. It's just ignorance. It's just not knowing. We just didn't know any better. So we're all doing the best that we can. So it's important to understand that first. So whether you're trying to overcome a simple thing like trying to be more patient, or you're dealing with something more intense, the realization is first and foremost that we are innocent. We are doing the best we can. And this is actually crucial, because later on we're going to see how if we make the thing we're trying to overcome a big deal, it actually makes it much harder to release. So we identify the thing that we're trying to change. Maybe it's small, maybe it's big, and we start to practice noticing when it's arising. Okay, so it could be anything from, let's say, let's take the patience one. So let's say we get really impatient whenever we're in traffic. And when we get in traffic, we start to get a little irritated, we get impatient. We need to identify it as it's happening. Okay, we notice as it's arising, and we just kind of sit with it. Okay, we as humans, we try to push everything. We want to change the external, and that's not how things happen. That's why humanity is taking so long to heal, is because we're approaching this the wrong way. When you have impatience arising, it's not to push and get rid of it. Oh, I need to be more patient, and it's also not to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so wrong, I'm so impatient. So both approaches will just kind of perpetuate the problem. That's because we've given it power. We have revealed that we attach ourselves to it, and therefore we have made it a reality. We've given it power because we make it real. If something's not true of us, then you just move on, right? If you're like wearing an outfit that you really like, and someone says, hey, like that outfit looks really bad on you. You're like, oh really, man? It's like my favorite thing, whatever. And you just move on. It doesn't bother you. It bothers us when people project little judgments like that, when we start to think, oh geez, like maybe they're right. Man, those people are looking at me. Maybe the other person was right. Like my, wife or whoever who said it, oh geez, we only wrap ourselves up in it if we actually think it's true. So if impatience arises and we start to react to it, that's because we are worried that something about it is true. We're either worried that like, wow, we really are a bad person because we're impatient, or we think, oh my gosh, I should not be impatient, and we get like righteous about it and we try to change it. Both things, we have given it power. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, if it's not an issue, then we just let it go. This is how we heal any aspect of ourselves that we're trying to let go of. We're trying to move on and heal. So the impatience arises. We have to practice just seeing it. Meditation and kind of visualizing scenarios can kind of help prep us when we're in a place of peace and practice, when the event is not actually happening. That way, when the event actually happens, we've already kind of practiced sensing the feeling, and we've practiced watching our mind, and that's really the goal of meditation. So when we see the impatience arising or whatever it is that we're trying to overcome, we just have to let it go. It's very nonchalant, okay? It comes up and we say, oh, impatience is arising. We separate ourselves from it. We don't identify it with it anymore. We just say, impatience is arising. You have to accept it as is. You have to just see it with compassion. Just don't try to change it. Don't try to judge it. Don't try to resist it. Don't try to change it. Just let it be. So I let it be. Feel all the feelings. Oh, geez, I'm like, my chest is getting tight. I'm tensing up. All right, just let it go. We take a deep breath. We let it come up, and then we just say, all right, I'm just going to move on. It's not an option. If something arises and we just let it go, that is the only way to move forward. It's ironic because we think we need to do something. You actually need to do nothing. That's the irony. That's why healing is such a paradox and takes people so long, sometimes a lifetime. Look at generations of humans trying to fix these patterns of behavior. It's because ironically, we just need to release it. You have to not push against it. You have to just let it go. So, you're working on not being jealous. I notice when the jealousy arises and let it go. Whatever it is that we are trying to overcome, if we're stressed and we get worried a lot, if you're stressed and worried, let it come up, accept it. See, we normally, when it first comes up, we go, oh, dang it, I'm getting stressed again. Or I'm getting anxious. Or, we immediately start resisting. Ironically, you need to accept it fully. Embrace it, let it be there, and then just be like, all right, moving on, right? When it comes to more dark, shadowy sides of ourselves, like full-on rage or like wanting to hurt someone, we all have these tendencies within us. So you accept it as this dark shadow side of humanity. It's okay, it's there. It's only not okay when you make it a big deal. It's only not okay when you decide it's not okay. Do you see what I'm saying? If you just let it come up, it doesn't have any real power. You just kind of notice it. You just, wow, man, that was a really weird thought. I just got so mad I thought about killing that person. I'm not actually going to do it, so it doesn't matter. I'm just going to let it go and be like, whoa, that was weird. Instead, though, what do? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I thought that. That's so wrong of me. Oh, I need to repent, right? We think it's a massive ordeal. It's only a big deal if we attach to it, if we really thought there was a part of that was true. If it wasn't really true, then you'd just be like, all right, whatever, move on. Okay, same thing as like someone judging you on the outfit you're wearing. Like, you don't care. It doesn't matter. It's not true. It's the same concept in our mind. We think that everything we think is like true. We think it's us. That's not reality. Okay, in Judgment and Sin video, we talked about this and how a lot of everything is actually coming from somewhere else. So just allow it to arise and let it go. It's a very easy process, and it's really the main process of change. It's actually to be non-attached. This is why all monks and more enlightened people are very zen, right? They're very chill. It's a very nonchalant thing. If you want to make any change in life, you actually need to be chill about it. You need to be nonchalant about it. You need to be relaxed about it. Trying to force change or trying to achieve change is actually what makes it so difficult. This is the paradox. This is the irony of being human. To make changes, we be non-reactive. If I want to be more patient, I don't need to force patience. I just need to let go of the option of impatience. If I want to be more content and not so covetous, maybe, I just let go of being covetous. It's just not an option. And I accept, being content. It's not about forcing anything. It's just about letting go of the option. Okay, so when I have a craving come up for, let's say, like an addiction you're trying to work on, you have a craving for the addiction come up. It's not about forcing or changing or resisting. What we resist persists. The more I resist, the more I give it power. I reveal that it's true of me. So the craving comes up and I just say, wow, the craving's coming up. That's an interesting option, but I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to move on with my day. And this creates a separation. This becomes easier and easier over time. And eventually, when the thoughts come up, it becomes just like, yeah, whatever. And you totally move on. At first, it might be difficult. It might be because it's a tendency, it's a habit. Oh, geez, like, I kind of want to do it. I feel this feeling. It's kind of addicting. Because we have these habits, we kind of crave the feeling again. But if you practice this over time, it will become more natural to just stay calm and reactive. Just stay relaxed. It's arising. I'm going to let it go now. All right, give this a shot. Let me know how it goes for you. I know that in my own life has worked. It is exactly how I've overcome anything I'm trying to work on, is to be non-reactive. This is what all the great spiritual teachers teach, is to just let it go. We're going to be doing more on this. In my next video, I'm going to talk about evil and how we need to go about looking at evil. Stay tuned. As far as this one, give it a try, practice. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this process. But overall, love you guys. Good luck and namaste. May you have some more peace in your life, some more happiness and joy. All right, guys.